Welcome back to another video on the Lazy Mountain Homestead. I've completed the rabbit hutch. That third bay in the hutch now has a roof and a door. I don't have any immediate plans for it. The rabbits, as our current population stands, are sufficiently housed in the two bays of the hutch. I did finish it though, so when we start breeding again here, when the temperatures warm up, we'll have a place to expand. Additionally, I plan on building one whole similar setup to expand our breeding capacity when we transition out of the Polish rabbits, which we currently have, to New Zealand or a similar variety of meat rabbits. So today I'm coming to you from inside the backhoe. You haven't seen much of this backhoe, but I've got a Case 580L. It doesn't have the extended boom, it doesn't have a huge reach, but I've had this for a little while now, and it's been a godsend to have on the property here. So let me show you what I'm working on. All right, so we're right next to the chicken coop. We've got this old structure here that was used by the property's previous owners, as I believe it was used for pigs. I'm not 100% sure, but it was on a different piece of the property. We moved it up here last winter for a temporary chicken coop, and we had some chickens in here through last winter. But our plan now is, long story, I ended up needing to get something out of it, and I was in a hurry. We were about to go out of town. I needed to set up some long-term feeders, and I had built a feeder inside of there that was too big to be able to move through the door. So I knocked it down to get a feeder out so we could head up to Denali for a couple days. So that's where we're at right now. I've got a big pile of junk. We're going to use the backhoe here, break it up, and burn it. And this video is not going to be, this isn't a one-day project. It's going to be spread out over some free time, over the free time I have over the next few days. So I'm going to stitch these shorter videos together so you see, so I can show you along the project and eventually show you a final product in a relatively short time frame. But all right, let's hop in the backhoe and start breaking this up. Well, when I started to knock this thing down, I actually got it really close to the chicken coop. This is not something I can do with one hand, so I'm gonna have to let you go, and I'll get this broken down and put in a pile. There are two sides here that I'm gonna try to save and use for future project. They're not in the greatest condition, but for small structures for animals, they're just fine. They're not worth wasting. All right, we're loading the bucket, dumping it into the trailer. Drop my phone in the snow. It's still going. Want the bucket to just roll over on the inside of this trailer. I don't want to destroy the sides. Stuff's all kind of heavy. I have to push that over a little bit. There we go. All right. And I'm going to either take this to the dump or burn it. I'll probably just burn it, but there's a bunch of nails and stuff in there, and I got to be kind of specific about where I burn things, because I need to eventually bury the soil so I don't end up with nails on the ground. With animals, it's a bad thing. Alrighty, we're gonna keep on going. Go back and fill the bucket again. Well, eventually, believe it or not, at least partially fill this trailer. And then I'm gonna scrape the ground. Pigs are all happy. They're enjoying life. Eventually I'll scrape the ground and get it all cleaned up, and then I can get my blocks laid, get my 4x4s on my blocks, and then I'm gonna shore up one of those pieces, one of those assemblies that I'm saving over there that was at one time a wall. I'm gonna trim it and stick 3 more 2x4s in there to shore it up, and then I'm gonna just deck that with pressure treated wood, and that'll be a base. All right. All right, this should be getting pretty close to the end here. We got these 2 big timbers. Big railroad ties. They're heavy. All right. Cool. Well, I'm gonna get back there and I'm gonna scrape that. There's still a 4x4 that's frozen into the ground, but I'm gonna get back there and scrape the ground, and then I'll use the backhoe to help me carry the blocks over, and I'll get the blocks set in the brackets, get my 4x4s down. The 4x4s are laying against that tree over there, and then I'll check back with you here later. All right, update. Change plans. I cleared the area out just next to the chicken coop for the location for the turkey pen, and last night I got a considerable amount of work done. I cleared it all out. There's a large, bushy alder, and as long as last year we extended the yard here. There used to be a large, long hedgerow almost at the edge of that drop off, and we pushed that hedgerow down and extended the yard. We did a little bit of grading over here and put that fire pit in. Well, this alder has always kind of been a feature of the edge of the yard, kind of delineating the edge of the yard. Like yesterday when I was clearing out this site here for the turkey pen, I ended up inadvertently extending our view from the kitchen table. So our house is, over here. Our kitchen table is just inside of that nook, and over my shoulder here, you'll see we've got kind of a mountain view from the kitchen table. Well, this morning, Mrs. G took a look out the window and was like, "Oh my gosh, I love what you've done." She might be a little offended if she heard that impersonation of her, but she noticed that I cleared this area out, and I took a look, and lo and behold, it really did look very good from our kitchen table. So, change of plans. I'm not putting the turkey pen here. I've kind of gone to plan B. So, other side of the chicken coop. This is the side of the chicken coop that I still have to extend this this stained pine fence plank siding. So it still doesn't look that good on this side of the coop, but I cleared out this large area over here. So I used the backhoe blade, scraped the ground. I got it all down to just frozen soil. I've got my blocks and bases down for the turkey pen, and it looks a lot better over here. The change in design, if you will, is instead of just having one linear run like the chicken coop does, to give the turkeys more space, it's going to be more like an L shape that extends around behind the coop and along the side here. There will still be a small little thoroughfare walkway along this between the two coops, but I think it's going to look a lot better here, and it's not going to obstruct our view. So I'll turn the camera around and give you a kind of a little walkthrough of how it's going to be. So you can see it here. It's going to be a either 6 foot by 8 or 8 by 8 base with a similarly constructed coop with a run that extends out back in this area right here. We'll have a little bit more area in the back. And I will frame it out with pressure treated wood, 2x4s, and use overlapping wire to construct the run. But that's where we're at. Chickens do not mind the backhoe, which is strange. They're real flight. These Rhode Island Reds are really flighty birds. You know, they get all bent out of shape anytime you mess with them. But when they're inside this coop, it's kind of like their little place of sanctuary. It's amazing. Not much phases them when they're in there. But that's where I'm at. I'm going to continue on and provide updates along the way. All right, quick little update. I'm working into the evening, and I've got an 8x8 base. I've got the 3/4 inch plywood CDX and 18 inches on center 2x4s. So I'm gonna get the other piece of subfloor laid up and screwed down, and then I'll start working on the walls. All right, quick update. I got 3 of the walls up. I'm about to work on the front wall. I had to take a little bit of a break because I was trying to work out how the front window and the door were going to be laid out. Well, I had a little surprise visitor. I looked over and I've got a moose. Two moose. A mama, a cow, and a yearling calf. Pretty cool. Oh, the baby's actually a bull. Got little nubs on its head. Really like for them to move on, not hang out here, because I know she doesn't like me, and I don't want her to start really not liking me while I'm working. There they go. Framing's complete, trusses are up, starting on the walls. So I'm going for 3 24-inch by 24-inch windows, and then the height is only a little, the height for the door is only 6 feet, so I'll be custom making a door. But here we go. Well, that wraps up another day. But there's progress. Progress has been had. The plywood is up on the 4 sides. I've got one of the windows cut, and I stuck a window in there just temporarily because, well, you got to feel a little bit of immediate satisfaction, and none of this is worth doing. But it looks good. The trusses are up. The ends, I sheet on the sawhorses. And let me tell you that what I am seriously lacking storage here, so I've got a lot of tools and stuff in a storage unit, which is ridiculous. I know we've got plans to build a garage, but I got things like ladders. You know how DIY stuff goes. You start working, and before you know it, you've got another trip to Home Depot planned and another trip to town, and every time you get tired, your brain convinces you to take a little break and go get something that you really, really absolutely have to have. So I've been working without a ladder, which has been ridiculous. Putting that end piece up there was a chore and a half. I had my wife help me, and you know, it's got that drip edge. The drip edge is secured on the bottom, so you can't really put it down on anything. which makes it a knife of death when it's way above your head or your wife's head. But she's a trooper. We got it done. Mrs. G didn't complain too much. We got this one to go up tomorrow. I'll be able to, I think I'm gonna bring the backhoe around here and just work out of the front bucket on the backhoe. Or maybe, I don't know, run to town, get the ladder. But it's looking good. What in the hell happened? It's not a turkey house. All right. Try to wrap this up, make it quick so you can get back to your life and quit watching me be a dumbass and change my mind over and over again. But it's all finished up. I've got hung the windows are in. I got 3 of the 24-inch by 24-inch windows that are set. The door is hung. If you remember, it's not a full 8-foot ceiling. It's I think it's like 6'4" on the interior. So obviously it's not an 80-inch door. I purchased an 80-inch interior solid pine door. I cut 2 inches off the top and 4.5 inches off the bottom, and cut the jamb to match and hung. So things need to get trimmed up. The windows still need to get trimmed. Door still needs to get trimmed. I'm gonna do the board and batten. I've got the better quality plywood on the front, or the 2 sides that face the house and the yard, and the cheaper plywood on the back and the far side. So I'm gonna do board and batten. I'll have pine strips, and then I'm gonna Thompson water seal the whole thing, make it waterproof. But this is it. It's done. It's all junky. I still got a bunch of stuff I'm storing in here. I do have I intend to turn this into the quail room, bird room. So I've got a nice hatching time quail cage that's due to arrive today. So I'm trying to finish this video up so I can start producing other content. I don't know what happened with this video. I didn't really have a solid plan for my turkeys. I tried to fill them along the way. I changed my mind a bunch of times. Obviously this is no longer a turkey coop. So let me show you what I did do. I'm gonna come down here. This chicken tractor, basically it's just a chicken tractor that I've got the turkeys in, and it works great. 2x4 pressure treated wood on the bottom. I've got the smaller 1/2-inch expanded metal on the bottom. The top is 3/4 inch electrical conduit that I bent to fit, and covered it with wire. All the wire is held in place by these little self-tapping screws. I've got some nesting boxes in the back. There's two males and 2 females in here, and they're due to start laying eggs here soon when the weather warms up. So I've got a nesting box in here. It's currently screwed shut, but I'm eventually gonna put some hinges in the handle on that so I can open it up and get access to the eggs. But they're happy. This works well, looks good. It's see-through, so I can still have the view from the yard, which is nice, but it looks good. That's the plan. Now, I'm going to finish this video up and let you get back to it. And I will, next time I post a video, hopefully it'll be me assembling the quail cages. Well, that was perfect timing. I was inside finishing up the editing of this video, and the quail cage arrived all the way from Delaware. So that'll be the next video. Thanks for watching.